History records are important to your business because they can keep you aware of your current progress or status with each of your contacts, companies, and opportunities. In this video, I want to show you how to create a history record in ACT. Now, most of the time, ACT will create history records for you as you send emails, make changes to records, and clear your activities. But sometimes you may find the need to manually create a history record that isn't associated with any previously existing records at all. For instance, let's say that I was at a trade show last weekend and I met a new contact on the showroom floor. Our business interests aligned pretty well, so we decided to have an impromptu lunch meeting to discuss opportunities. After that lunch, I wanted to record this interaction as a history record in ACT so that I can retain the information from the meeting. First, I'm going to look up the contact. His name is Sterling Holland. And then, from the detail view for this contact, I'm going to click the History button at the top of the screen. This will slide open the history drawer from the right, and now all I have to do is enter the details of the meeting that we had. The top part is the history details. I'm going to say this was a meeting, and the meeting was held. For the title, I'm going to call it Lunch Meeting at Trade Show. Then for the date and time, I'm going to make sure I put last weekend, and I'll say that our meeting was at noon, and it lasted about an hour. Next is the contacts area, or the history associations. With whom was this history associated? Well, since I created this history from Sterling's contact record, it already includes an association to his contact record and his company. So there's really nothing more I need to do here. Beneath that, in the additional details section, I could include any amount of formatable text that has to do with our lunch meeting. If I happen to have any file attachments that I want to include in this history, I could include those here. And if I want to change the record manager to somebody else at my company for follow-up, I can also do that. But now I'm going to click Save if I want to just save this record, or I could click Save and Follow-up if I want to create a future action item to follow up with Sterling. So let's do that. I'll click Save and Follow Up, and then I'm going to schedule a phone call. I'll assign it for 30 minutes. Let's do this on Monday at about 11 in the morning. This activity is still associated with Sterling. I could add any description in here that I need to, and I could even assign this to somebody else at my company. Once I click Save, ACT is going to do two things here. First, it's going to create that history record that I have with Sterling from our trade show lunch meeting. And then on the Activities tab, it's also going to create that follow-up phone call activity. So after saving a history record like this, not only will it show up on the history record for the contact and the contact's company, but it will also show up on the history list for yourself in ACT.